A major ethical issue in the United States is greed. I know it's pretty broad, but let me explain. In the United States today, I feel like we are living more similarly to the society described in the genealogy of morals than we would like to realize. Let me explain. In the genealogy of morals, a society was discussed where the strong people called the shots for the society. Strong is good, and good is strong. In this society, there was master morality and slave morality. Master morality represented the strong and healthy individuals of a society, usually the leaders. People of this morality view their happiness as good. Master morality makes its own values and goes by whatever makes the user happy. On the other hand, the people who were weak, poor, or enslaved were viewed as having a slave morality. Because their weaknesses were viewed as undesirable, their happiness was not taken into account. Because of this, they viewed the people of master morality as evil. In the U.S. today, we are governed under a democracy which gives we the people the right to vote, so we have somewhat of a say in what happens in our country. And most of the time, a rich white man is put into position of power. In this position, he is given the power to have a major say in crucial decisions that can hurt and maybe help the U.S. population. And one second. The way people are selected for these positions is by fitting the criteria or bill that is desired by the most amount of voters, so the most amount of the population. So this is where the desirable traits come into factor. This person, more often than not, has never experienced struggles with money, yet he's going to make decisions that are going to affect people that don't have close to the amount of money that they have. And it just so happens that this is the majority of the population, meaning the majority of the population does not have close to the amount of money that the person in the office has. So there's no way they can relate. So pretty much a person just has to be convincing enough and carry himself well enough to get into office, and then they have the power to vote upon the laws and govern hundreds of millions of people. Most of those millions of people have nothing in common with the people in power, because most of them are rich white men, and that's not a lot of people. Too often, people in the positions of power think of what they could do to help themselves rather than what could I do to help the vast majority of people, or what could I do to help most people that I'm trying to help or said I was going to help. Hence why the high-paying jobs are for the people that make the rules and call the shots, and the lesser-paying jobs go to the blue-collar workers, and the people that work less desirable jobs just trying to make it out. So the people, the jobs that call the shots and the jobs that, you kind of want to be able to call the shots, who doesn't, are the jobs that get paid the most, but they're also the hardest to obtain. And while the hard jobs that, you kill yourself on, your back hurt and all that stuff, are the jobs that most people do work. I mean, at least you're getting paid for it now, I guess. And because of this, not having a ton of money is viewed as being bad, so people do go to drastic measures to make it out. People do illegal things, people do anything, people change who they are, anything to make it, to have money so that they can try to fit this character that is being made by the government to, be what we want in power and what we want in position. And hence why the people with less money don't like these people in power. So here's a little reflection. Overall, this is a tough issue to fix. Thousands of people all over the U.S. have been working to fix this exact issue for hundreds of years, and they have made great progress. I mean, compared to what we once were. In my opinion, I think the best way to meditate this issue would be by working to have equal representation for all people living in the United States in position of power. Much harder said than done. There really is no social consensus on how to solve this issue, seeing as the issue is broken up into multiple different people wanting multiple different things. So all social groups want what's best for them, but what's best for them isn't always what's best for other groups. This isn't really a social consensus, but making the system to where equal representation is shown and positions of power and all citizens getting equal treatment and opportunity would lead to the most amount of people being happy. And personally, in my opinion, it's impossible to make everyone happy. But I feel like the best way to go about this issue would finding the way that would make the most amount of people happy among the entire population and all races and genders and everything. And here's my citations. The Genealogy of Morals, written by Frederick Nietzsche, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Why Do the Rich Have So Much Power, by the New York Times, by Paul Krugman.